Okay, build tutorial time. I have started with a totally clean slate, and I'm just gonna try and show you like the key concepts of how I did my layout. I was gonna try and be more general, I was gonna try and come up with something on the fly, but that takes too long. So I'm gonna be very derivative and basically just do what I did again. And I just need you to know there are other ways you could apply this, and if you want me to try and do it a different way later, then I can do that. But not right now, or we'll be here all night. So, key concepts that I am pretty sure I inform most of my build choices on is roads and landmarks. Those are the two main things. And then from there, try and make areas that make sense. I don't have to make a lot of sense. I just have to feel like they make sense. I want to usually make something that feels like a real place. So like, if we just start like with something similar to what I laid out, I guess usually I kind of just make like an cross. You know, you have all these things already laid out for you. You know, you have the train station, you have the balloon port thing, you have the castle. So that gives you a lot to work with to just connect up with roads already. You know what? Let's try doing it with these, I guess, to start. No. So like, I'll go out from here with this, and then I could pretty much extend that as far out as I want. But a lot of the time, I'll do like a main road block, and then a side path block. So actually, let me make my main road this filled in one. I'll just extend that forward basically as long as I want. We'll just go to here for now. And then, I don't know, let's try and connect it up with the docks. That, I like to stop and confirm as I go a lot because it's so easy to mess up. That was a whole different tile and I didn't even notice? Okay. That's fine. We got there. I'll just do that. You know, I'm just basing everything off of what we already have. What is this over here? Does this turn into something at some point? I don't know, I'm only just now noticing this. Not important. There's some path over there. We can arbitrarily justify that as a reason why we're going to extend out this way too, but the main reason is symmetry, and because it makes loops easier to connect up. And loops make everything easier. So we're just going to make our nice little grid like this. I'm just going to extend it all the way out. I can change it later if I don't like it like that. So once we have like our main path down, that's when I start to kind of do more like smaller connecting paths. And it's also when I start to distribute maybe what some of my landmarks are going to be. So like, in the other one I have the fountain. I might do the same thing here. Now we're getting to the point where I don't entirely remember like what I did before, but it's like, okay, yeah, I'll just slap that in the middle for now. Why not? And let's see. Actually, reference is super helpful too. Like, if you just look at other people's layouts, I'm even going back and looking at my own right now because I don't remember what I did. Yeah, I just kind of had that slapped in the middle. And this is also kind of a part where I've gone further forward on this already. That's fine. And I cut things off to be their own little platform in the other one, which I will show you how to do later. But for now, I'm just gonna try and keep it simple, if I'm capable of that. So, I know we like have our clock tower over here is one thing. We maybe have a little garden thing that I could make down here. I don't like the layout I was doing before a little better now, but we're not gonna worry about that. This will be the garden, maybe. But then that blocks off the stairs to this. Which, like, doesn't... I guess if the stairs are open there... These are things I try and think about, you know? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. But it feels like it matters if you're trying to make things connect. Ooh, but that gives me an idea for the road, right? Is immediately I was seeing where things are connecting, and I'm like, I could want to have a road that like goes between here, not being wider than I want you to be. Like here, and goes past this here. And then that kind of frames that nicely. You know, it leads you to the Tree of Wishes that meets back up at the castle. It connects to this. Does this go further? No, it doesn't. And that, no, fuck. Okay. Right. And that kind of starts to frame that. And then because we have that like that, I'm gonna try and make it like more symmetrical. So I'm just gonna do like the same thing on the other side, and that'll start to define out that area. But we have different things to connect to there, so it's gonna end up looking a little different. Sure, yeah. There's a lot of fiddling with it. There's a lot of finickiness. Or you're just messing around. You're just seeing what works. And this is gonna be so long, but I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna worry about it. You're not gonna worry about it. We're just build with me. Just put it on in the background like it's a stream. And maybe even while you also build. And you know, now that I've made this kind of little area here, I could put that there. And that could be something. Or I put it here and put like some buildings back there around it. Put this like in the middle of that. And I take some more road and I connect it up to here. On this side. And no. Okay, let's just turn this off for a second. Like that. Now we're starting to get some structure, you know? It all just kind of starts making itself. And you just keep adjusting until it makes... Well, I guess just until it looks how you want it to, isn't it? Like, do we want the clock tower there? That kind of matches that nicely, doesn't it? And then, since we have that like that, I kind of want to try and... No, that's not... How many blocks away is that? Like this many? Again, it's not gonna be exact, but... It'll probably bother you if you look back later and realize it's not. Kind of like how that isn't. Kind of like how that definitely isn't, and it is bothering me. Is that it? Is that right? Now I feel like it's too close. Okay. Bear with me. 2, 3, 4. 1, 3. Okay. 4. And it just doesn't look right, does it? But it is. Sometimes what looks right and what is right is different things. And which one you choose to go with is really up to you. These aren't quite symmetric. You don't want to get too lost in the details, you know? Like, it's gonna end up being the way that it's gonna be. And real cities aren't perfectly symmetrical. And you don't need them to, because you want to get the variety. You know, you want to have the mix of things. And this would be a good place for that gazebo. If we have, like, park over here, and we get, like, the pure vanilla gazebo thingy. This. We can make a whole little area. You know, you just start making, like, different landmarks in different places. And you kind of just pick up on the vibes of it. And it might be fun to try and give it its own, like, little platform. So I could take this opportunity to show you how to make stairs, how to lie. How to lie with depth. And this is where bushes come in. Bushes are great for this. See what I have some in here. Avert your eyes. This scrolling, I don't know about you, but like scrolling through things too fast makes me feel fucking nauseous. Where are the hedges? I have hedges. Do they not count as a plant? They do not count as a plant. That's messed up. Okay. Anyway. Edges. They make good edges of surfaces. So I'll just kind of block it out. I'm like, I want this to be a little raised platform. Let's think about this. How do I usually do this? You want this to be like this? What shape are we trying to make of our platform? I guess like that is good. I just want like a taller rectangle. What is that gonna end up looking like? There's a lot of blocking things out, you know, before you actually know what you're doing. You're just fucking around and finding out. You're always just fucking around and finding out. You know, I'm like, I want this on a little platform. So I'm gonna put some hedges here. And that doesn't look like much yet, but it will eventually. Maybe. How did I do this before? A lot of things are like edges of things. Oh, yeah, that's an intelligent statement. Okay, well, we're just gonna have this blocked out with the hedges to start. We're not gonna worry too much about it. Sometimes you can kind of blend things out with, like, flowers. Wow. And those are good too because they layer over it. Which helps sell the idea that things are on top of it and not, like, underneath it. But the thing that will really start to make it feel more like a platform is usually when you add these in, because you can add these in at an angle and they create like a shadow, you know? And that's really bad at 3D shapes. But the main thing sort of just gonna be, again, you just messing with it. And like that's starting to kind of turn into a raised platform. Like, how do we get our stairs in there? What was the trick for stairs? This is already kind of starting to look like something. That's good. Like, if I close this real quick. Wow, look, there's a platform. Don't ruin the illusion by standing in it, Cookie. So back to our platform. Do we want some stairs over here? I feel like we want some stairs over here. I don't know how I managed to make them so tall on the other one, now that I'm looking at it. Because there's so much more illusion of depth there than there is here. Here it's just like, alright, more hedges. But also, maybe different floor? Like, you just stagger things out. What is happening to you right now? Why do you look like that? This is the game. This is the experience. How much is hedges? Why is the bush acting out like this? What is occurring? What are you doing? Okay. Alright, I guess we're just fine now. That's... Cookie game! Woo, cookie game! It's normal. It's so normal all the time about everything. Mask things with flowers. That's a tip 2. Mask things with flowers. Do I just put more bushes here? I used to sometimes like do a thing where I would change what the floor was underneath it. But I think with something like this, you really just need the bushes. You can like try and do something like that. Where you make like a clear edge. Hedge edge. But I don't know, that doesn't quite look right, does it? I don't know, I think simpler is better here. Can you work with me? Okay. Just this is good. You see how much of this is just fiddling around though? You see how much of this is just like, I have a thing, I want to highlight it. So I'm gonna give it some sort of simulated depth. I'm gonna play around with like placing flowers next to things. That's another thing that I do. I'm not sure if I've set this up in a way where I can super show you how to do that. But like staggering how those are placed next to your stairs can like help sell the fact that it's like going up. Say like you would kind of start to do something like this, but it's gonna get in the way of the bush. Like that, you know? And then if you have some, it's kind of filled in underneath it, then it'll start to be something. A lot of it is just playing with it until it looks right. But does that simulate depth? Does anything have depth? This tutorial doesn't. Goodbye, bush. As long as we still have our hedges, that's all that matters in life. That's just life lessons here. All around. Do we put this like that? Does this become stairs? It kind of does. Do I scooch this over? Yeah, oh, but now the bush is being weird. Do you see? Do you see? Do you see what we deal with here? Do not ever feel bad for struggling with decorating when this is what we're working with. You're in the trenches, my guy. We're all just doing our best out here. Okay. Is that anything? It's enough. It's enough. You get the idea. We're just trying to give things some elevation, some depth. And one of the things that is important is trying to not have things like clip under as much if you can avoid it. So like if I have these, right? I don't want them to be here because then they're hiding under this edge and they're drawing attention to the fact that they're lower. But if I put them like there, they look like they're on top. You know, it's the little details. It's the little details like that where you're just defining an area. And I'm not, you know, like here's a difficult place to put something because almost no matter what I do, it's gonna be lower. I might just not put anything there. Or there we go. You put it somewhere like that. And then it looks good. It looks nice. You do things like, again, like bushes are nice because they kind of always end up in front of things. Sort of. Not that one. Again, you know, you're feeling it out. You're finding out. That sort of looks on top. That's good. Cool. Flowers will save your life all the time. Just throw flowers at it. Don't like how it looks? More flowers. Every time. The flowers got you. If nobody's got you, flowers got you. And again, you know, it's like, oh, I have this nice little garden area. Maybe I'll just do more garden things. You know, you're just doing themes. You're just doing an area where it's like, okay, people are gonna go here. What are they gonna go to? And we have this, it's very kind of natural, so I don't know, let's get like a little dirt path up to it. You know? That's cool. That's nice. That splits it up a little more. Would I change that later? Maybe. I don't know if that works. Maybe like... Actually, if we're trying to match the rest of it, maybe we do something more like that, and in between. You know? I like to try and have semi-consistent color schemes where I can. If you use a tile in one place, try and do something similar in the other places. You know, like if I have another garden thingy, I'm probably gonna use more of that. It's just feeling it out. It's all just feeling it out. And as you just keep going, you're gonna find that you're blocking stuff out like this, and it just starts falling into place. You know, especially as you get your like buildings added in. You know, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, like that there, that's kind of symmetrical. Does that look good like that, or do I hate that? I don't know. Just keep messing with it. Just keep messing with it. And eventually, you might have something you like, or you'll start over. You never know. That is large. That is large and in charge. Maybe somewhere like that. I don't know. I think this little area, though, does a good job already of starting to get you in the right direction, right? I don't know anything. You mess around. I do not have the immediate ability to give examples, but you just keep messing around until you like it. And that's it. That's it. You'll figure it out. Just want to think about, like, how are you getting from place to place? You know? If you figure out how you're getting from place to place, then you'll get your roads. And once you've got your roads, you'll have your sectioned off areas. And once you have sectioned off areas, you put landmarks, and once you put a landmark, you have a theme. And with that theme, it's like, okay, you can mix theme with practicality of like, if I have a shop over here and someone's already like going shopping for this thing, maybe I'll put a couple shops over here next to it. That would make sense, you know, like how I put my, let's see, like my pots near like the flowers, which are also near this garden area. Sure, yeah, that. Where's the flowers? Where's the flowers, man? You're ruining my ability to immediately make this point. There we go. Flowers. Boom. No. Work with me. Flowers. Pots. They're near each other, because that makes sense. And also, it goes nicely with these. And it's getting a little cramped over here. Maybe I would put it over there instead. I don't know. But you just keep tinkering with it. You just keep tinkering with it. And once you have like your shops here, then maybe you'll want to add some more little like decoration type things. Maybe you'll want to be like, hey, I have these stores already. Let's add a like little mini flower shop thing to go with it, which is a thing that I know I have in here somewhere, but I'm not immediately finding it. I don't know, this gift shop. Throw a little gift shop in there. Put some flowers next to things. When in doubt, just put more flowers. Just always put more flowers. It will bring the area together, even if it doesn't make sense. You'll just fuck around and find out. Moral of the story. Have a little bit of structure, have a little bit of thought into the logic, and ultimately fuck around and find out. That's gonna be how your layout comes together. I don't know what else to say, and this is just gonna keep going further off the rails if I keep trying. But hope that helped, maybe.